If history is anything to go by, the future for them is dire. No party since 1996, when the new MMP system came in, has managed to get over the 5% threshold, despite lots of money from people like Kim.com or Colin Craig or Gareth Morgan. Nobody has managed to breach that 5% threshold. In fact, the Royal Commission in 1986 said the threshold should be 4%. Nobody even would have got over that. So the future is dire if something different doesn't happen. Not if the status quo continues. There is no future for smaller parties because they just can't breach that 5% threshold. I think it's really great because they are great for educating the public, and I think it's great because if the established parties see that there is demand for a certain policy or movement in a certain area, they can sometimes adopt it. But the smaller parties who have done all the work, getting the policies together, doing the research and getting the information out to the public, still don't get to actually represent that in the House, and I think that's tragic, actually. So the answer is that something different has to happen, and the only way to change the system is to get into the system, and unfortunately that's a self-fulfilling prophecy in that it's almost impossible to do. And in the meanwhile, I mean, as Professor Claire Robinson says from Massey University, she wrote a book called Promises, Promises, and it says all these new political ideas and this new political blood is excluded from the political landscape, and what we see is basically the old system continue, left, right, left, right. But I think if we do not allow new political blood in the system, I think the future is dire, because I think we're on a single blinkered narrative at the moment, and a lot of people are really scared. I think people are really starting to become more aware that there's a lot of straight and narrow thinking in the media, and there's a lot of censorship, especially on social media, especially when alternative facts are put in their face, and they're starting to wonder what actually is going on. And especially when you have the Prime Minister standing up and saying, we've run a really strong propaganda campaign. I mean, and then you see the media and it's like, that's exactly what's happening. There's no alternative view. So I think people are cottoning onto that, and I certainly hope they are anyway.